Welcome to Mind Wide Open. In today's episode, Bhante Chandrawansa guides us through the topic of anger. Beth Kedra joins Bhante to explore the nature of anger, how it arises and affects us, and why it ultimately harms the one who holds it. We're so grateful to have you with us for this conversation and hope it offers reflection, insight, and a gentle path toward greater peace. Be sure to follow Mind Wide Open wherever you listen to your podcasts and visit us at www.mindwideopen.org to send a message or to share any questions that arise.
Okay, so we're back today again, yay. Last time we talked about concentration meditation, and we mentioned Vipassana meditation too. But today we're going to talk about anger because it's a really good topic to kind of lead us into Vipassana, which the first time I logged onto your meeting on Zoom, anger was the very first thing that you talked about. And I logged in and I'm like, this is a meditation. Why is he talking about anger? Because I had no knowledge. But then there's many things you realize when you first start to sit down. But one of the first things you see is all the anger and hatred and aversion that you've been unknowingly following and feeding in your mind all this time. So I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I am angry. Well, I am angry, right? Is really not the best wording, but there is a lot of anger in here. I thought, wow, like my mind is always, talking badly about myself, talking badly about others, and so many things. But I do feel like when you meditate, one of the first things you really do need to do is send yourself lots of like love and compassion, which really is what loving kindness is about. And anger, so you taught us that loving kindness is medicine for anger. So in order to practice loving kindness, you need to really understand anger. Right?
Yes, Beth. Beth, imagine a person suffering from a wound, a strong, painful feeling, right? Only that person understands the importance of getting rid of that painful, strong feeling. So he knows the suffering, he knows the pain. So only for that person understand the need of getting away from that pain.
Meaning anger. The anger is the pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when someone is suffering, okay, as long as the person does not realize the suffering, he doesn't look for a way to remove that suffering. So in the same way, we feel the importance and value of loving kindness when we better know the anger.
So like when we know the pain that anger causes us, that's really like a catalyst to practice loving kindness.
Only when you understand anger and the danger of anger, the peril of anger, then only you look for a solution.
Right.
So I think people say I get angry. While saying I get angry, they kind of enjoy anger. They are enjoying it. That's their habit. That's their second nature. So that's why it's so hard for us to teach the importance of loving kindness. So they don't know something soothing. Other than the anger. For them, anger is like they
kind of enjoy it a little
they,
bit.
Yeah, they enjoy it.
There was
So that's why it is important to understand what is. So I think if we can totally understand what is anger, okay, then we don't need to discuss about loving kindness. If you know anger, if you know what is anger, you have started to practice loving kindness right there.
Because where there is loving kindness, you can't have anger there in its place.
No, absolutely opposite.
Right.
Right? So, loving kindness is the polar opposite of anger. And Buddha, if you can remember, Beth, in one of the Dhammapada verse, he mentions that hatred can be overcome only by loving kindness. Hatred cannot be overcome by hatred. So, mostly, Buddha encouraged listeners, practitioners, to eliminate negative by practicing positive mental states.
Right. It's like medicine.
Yeah, always practice the opposite. So, loving kindness is the opposite of anger.
So you said before that loving kindness is the only way to rid anger from your mind.
Loving kindness is the only way to remove anger. There is no other way.
Yeah. And really, the anger hurts us. I mean, it hurts others, but really, we burn up inside, you've said. And loving kindness is like that cool water that washes over, right?
Yeah, cooling water, right? Anger causes lots of pain to oneself. It is like boiling water. So, in the Beth, can you remember 5 hindrances? First one, sensual desire. Second one, anger. Third one, sloth and torpor. Fourth one, anxiety and remorse, or remorse and confusion. Last one is the doubt. So Buddha has given a simile to each of these 5 using a water bucket. Can you remember those 5 similes?
Yeah.
Using a water bucket, he has presented 5 similes to each of these hindrances. What is the second one? Second one is the anger. What is the simile that he gave related to the anger? He said, when the water is boiling, you can see. So anger is just like boiling water. It boils in you. It boils in you. And then the unfortunate thing is we react to that. We react to the anger. And when the water is boiling, we don't have clarity. The first thing, you know what happens when we get angry? What happens first? We lose our discipline.
We react.
That reaction is later. The first thing that happens to us when the anger dominates in our heart is we lose our discipline. Such an important word to understand, discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is a beautiful human behavior that creates a beautiful, gentle, loving, civilized citizen. Discipline. Very important. And what is that discipline? In our teaching, we have 3 types of discipline. 3 types of discipline. First one, verbal discipline. Second one, physical discipline. Third one, mental discipline. So when we tolerate anger inside, we lose the discipline. How we lose the discipline? We lose verbal discipline. We completely forget who are around us, who are staying around us. We forget whether they are kids, whether they are adults, whether they are respected people, whether we are at a public place. We don't care. And then we lose our verbal discipline and we use very unpleasant words that human do not appreciate and human beings do not like to hear.
Like harsh speech.
Harsh words, cursive words, vulgar words, and so many bad words they use. So this is the loss of verbal discipline when we have anger. Think of that. Right?
Yeah.
When we have the anger, we always use those words, bad words.
Right.
But we don't see the anger inside. That is also very unfortunate. That's why we react to it. And then the second thing is, see, there are the negative consequences of using these bad words so much, right?
Cause so much pain.
So much pain. Not only to you, right?
Yeah.
You suffer a lot. Even when you use, you are boiling. And then after the conversation or after using them, have you ever felt that feeling? The body is tensed, muscle is tensed, and your heart is beating. So why?
Yeah. One time I remember I yelled at my son in the morning before school because there's something about being late that just, and feeling that rushed feeling, the anger just takes over. I'm working on it, but I remember I got to work. So this was like maybe a half hour later, and I could feel like tightness in my chest and my stomach. And I realized it was like an after effect of the anger from earlier that day. So again, like now I'm suffering physically.
Not only physically, Beth. We only feel the physical part, but mentally we are suffering a lot.
Oh yeah, and I have all this guilt. I felt so bad that I flipped out.
Physical suffering will dissipate after a while, but the mental suffering stays for a long time. Why did I do that? You have a lot of remorse and regret over the past action.
Yeah. But I think, Bhante, we miss that. We think the outside caused the anger. A lot of people point out, they say, but he made me angry. But that's not really the case.
No. Let me give you a beautiful simile.
Yeah.
Okay? I like that question actually. We always blame the external object, people outside. Especially our beloved ones are affected by this anger. poor beloved ones. Those are the people who share our happiness and suffering always and all the time. But mostly we get angry and upset with them, right? So we think that they are the cause, they are the real cause of my anger.
Yeah.
But this is the simile. Imagine a pile of trash. Okay? Pile of trash which releases a foul, bad smell.
Foul. God, smell, yeah.
Foul, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Foul, strong smell when it is disturbed. So someone taking a stick stirs the pile of garbage. And then what happens? The smell is released. The strong smell is released. But then what I do? I blame at the stick. Where was the smell? Smell was not with the stick.
It's in you.
Smell was within the pile of garbage.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So what is the point of blaming at that poor stick?
Yeah.
So we all have to understand this bad smell.
Yeah. Is our responsibility.
It is within us.
It's within us.
It is within us. We are 100% responsible for that smell.
You just poked it. That's all.
The stick is good.
Yeah.
We have to be so thankful and grateful for that stick because it showed us the smell.
It showed us the disgusting trash inside.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, you can say it out loud.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It showed us the trash within us.
Yeah.
So this is exactly how the anger works inside us. So always the stick or the external person, external circumstance, external situation is just a trigger. It's just a condition. It shows your true nature. It shows your true nature. So once you get to see this true nature, what you should do? You should understand, okay, this is what I am holding, I am carrying for a long period of time, producing suffering towards myself and towards my beloved ones. And not only that, towards a whole society.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is what happens when we lose the verbal discipline. And then, Beth, let me continue that. Then we lose physical discipline as well. What is the physical discipline? When we get angry, when we get upset, we smash things around us. That's okay because at least you are not hurting living beings, right? But the unfortunate thing is, our beloved ones are physically abused, right? And then not only that, the worst case is we take sharp weapons into our hands and without having any moral fear or shame, right? We go forward and we kill people. That is what happens to us when we lose physical discipline.
Right, that's the danger.
Again, triggered by the anger. That's what happened. See how many innocent living beings innocent animals are killed. Innocent animals are killed. Because human beings have not seen their suffering yet, their anger yet. They don't know the anger yet.
We have to see the danger in
We have to see
holding
that-
this anger and continue and letting it continue within, right? You have to.
Then that's why I mentioned in the beginning, Beth, when only you understand the pain and the suffering from something, then only you look for a way to remove that.
Yeah.
Unless you don't look for a way,
Right.
right? And then the mental discipline. What is mental discipline? When we are dominated by this mental state, by this negative mental state, when we eat, we plan something, not something good. We plan, how can I hurt that person? We plan, how can I kill that person? How can I get rid of that person? We always thinking, and our thinking is affected by anger. So we generate thousands of angry thoughts.
Right. We ruminate.
Oh,
Just-
that's a beautiful word
yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Ruminate. You just keep feeding it and going over it and
Yeah.
playing the story and the judgment, creating the judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're suffering.
You are suffering and you don't know you are suffering. You don't know you are suffering. You are kind of enjoying it. Right? That's why you are engaged in those types of thought processes.
Sometimes I think it's like a cat playing with a toy, but it's your mind just kind of tossing around these things, and it's not helpful. It's not solving your problem. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's like useless, unwholesome thinking, basically.
Absolutely, it is useless. It is pointless. You are just playing with it. Not you are playing actually. It plays with you.
Ah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay?
You're right.
You are not playing.
Yeah.
So whatever anger says, you do. Whatever anger commands, you do. So you are kind of, I would say, you are, to be honest, we human beings are prisoners. We human beings are slaves to our emotions.
Yeah.
And anger is a killer of all our human qualities,
Our happiness.
our happiness. Because anger is a main defilement that completely blocks the path to happiness.
Yeah. I think a lot of times it's almost like we just toss our anger back and forth at each other. Like, if you think of like groups, like this group hates that group and that group hates this group, but like we're just tossing it back and forth to each other. And that's this. So if I had this like realization, like, I'm hating you for hating, but it's the same hate that I'm holding. I'm doing the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to realize that I'm no better if I'm.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're always saying, blaming the outside, but we're never looking at our own anger. And aversion really kind of goes hand in hand with anger.
Yeah. Buddha's teaching is amazing. When you say that, actually, that statement made me think of a nice stanza that is in the Dhammapada. Beth, imagine someone gets upset with you. And then, someone hates you. And in return, you offer the same thing to that person. Now, tell me, what is the difference between you both? There is no difference.
No.
Right?
Right.
Same. So this is what we need to understand. We are here to make a difference.
Yeah.
Just make a difference. If you want to make a difference, Buddha says, among hateful people, you be a loving person.
Without hate.
Without hate. Mm-hmm. You be a person without hate. Can you remember that Dhammapada
Yes.
verse? Right?
Yeah.
So when people hate you, when people promote hate and anger, you promote loving kindness.
Right.
You promote love. That's what you are doing the opposite now. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So when anger comes, Bhante, so it's going to come, right? Because we've fed it in the past. So we've already planted seeds, okay, for anger or hatred. Mm-hmm. So when it comes, what should we do?
If you are not a practitioner, okay? Mm-hmm. If you are not a practitioner, as I mentioned, first thing that happens to you, you lose the discipline over your verbal action, physical action, and the mental action. And then what do? You react.
Right.
You just react to the anger. You become completely a slave to the anger.
And you made the roots go deeper.
Yes. And you are tolerating the anger. You are enjoying the anger. You are tolerating it. You are enjoying the anger.
Yeah.
But now you are asking, what should we do when it arises?
Yeah.
The first thing that we have to do is that identify the anger, acknowledge the anger, recognize the anger, know the anger.
So just say, anger is here right now. Anger
Yes.
has arisen, or there's anger here.
Anger is arisen. One cannot recognize, identify, or acknowledge this anger if that person's mind is not filled with mindfulness. Mm-hmm. So mindfulness is needed to recognize this, acknowledge this. So that is why we need to practice mindfulness. So when we have mindfulness, we can grab the anger as it arises.
You'll catch it.
You catch it. And second thing, now you know anger is there. The second thing that you have to do is non-reaction. Don't react to the anger.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Just watch it, observe it, experience it. Of course, it has a unique energy. Same like loving kindness. Loving kindness has a soothing energy. As you said, it is like cooling water. It cools down your body. Anger heats up your body.
Right.
Right? So, now you know the anger arisen in your mind, but you don't react to it. But the energy that produced by the anger has to be experienced.
You patiently endure it.
Yeah, that again, another beautiful quality. Now you have to practice patience.
Patience.
See, all these qualities go together, Beth.
Yeah. They do.
Mindfulness comes and shows you the anger.
It's like a flashlight.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then you endure the energy that was produced by the anger
Yeah.
with patience.
It's hard. Bhante.
It is hard. Of course, it is hard. All the precise gifts has a high price.
Yeah.
So,
Because
right?
you've fed the anger for a very long time and you've.
Not in this very lifetime, Beth. So we all know
Right.
that we believe in this samsara, right? And even in the samsaric lives, we have practiced anger, I don't know how many times,
Millions.
countless,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Countless, not millions. I think so far we have, in this lifetime, we have practiced million times.
Million just in this life.
In this lifetime.
Yeah.
So, because, and then it is, of course, it is, we are doing the opposite now.
Right.
Of course, it is a hard task. It is a challenge. But that's why you need confidence.
Yeah.
Why don't you believe in your capabilities? Another beautiful quality.
Yeah.
Why don't you believe in your potentials? Why don't you believe in your skills? You have to do this now. You have to start somewhere. Okay, from today to onward, I will tolerate all the pain that is caused by the anger, physically and mentally. That is patience. And Buddha says, Kanti paramang tapo titika. This is a timeless teaching, Beth. These teachings resonate in my heart. He says, Bhikkhus, patience is the best meditation in the world. Practice patience. And Beth, we have another beautiful quality, that is compassion. What is compassion? How compassion is defined? I am sure we are going to discuss 4 noble dwellings in one episode. But let's understand compassion, because we are talking about anger and its energy.
Yeah.
It's strong energy. What is compassion? What do you think? You have learned that from me.
Yeah. When you see something suffering, your heart calls out to it.
Your heart begins to quiver. In the presence of others' suffering.
It trembles. You say it trembles.
It trembles.
Yeah.
So in the same way, now you have to understand, I am in suffering.
I have to have compassion for myself. Yeah. That's
There
the first
there
step.
you are. That's the first step. You have to understand, I am in suffering. I suffer. I need a way to remove this suffering. That is where the culmination of compassion. You are looking for a way to remove the suffering. It can be an external suffering, it can be an internal suffering. The first step is recognizing the suffering of oneself and of others.
So you say, there's anger here. It's causing me suffering. I need to have compassion for myself and get rid of this anger.
Yeah, what is the culmination then? Non-reaction. How I can remove this suffering?
Don't react.
Only by not reacting. If you react, for sure, it will be reinforced as it appears in the future.
But as you practice, so sometimes you catch it and sometimes you don't. Like if it's a big tree, because it's a big angry, it's a thought that you've, rooted, deeply rooted. It's going to take a lot. It's not just going to go away. You're going to have to be patiently endure it over and over and over.
That is how you can weaken. This is the only way to weaken these negative emotions. This is the only way. So, see, we just discussed that we have practiced anger for million times.
Yeah.
Now my question is, how many times have we practiced loving kindness?
Not enough.
That is why our loving kindness is not strong.
Right. So we're gonna replace anger with loving kindness.
Absolutely.
We're gonna make
That
loving
is
kindness our
we're
new
going to
habit.
substitute.
Right. And make it really strong so that that's our new habit.
Yeah, when you reinforce loving kindness again and again, what happened to the anger? Anger is weakened.
Yeah,
Anger gets weakened. So see, when you call loving thoughts to your heart over and over again, million times, then you make loving kindness stronger and stronger. And then at the same time, anger is weakened and weakened and weakened.
Right. So loving kindness is consciously calling thoughts of loving care and wishing for the well-being of yourself and other people, right?
This is a beginner practice a bit.
Right.
Okay. So beginners has to remind again and again, okay, I should not get angry. I should not get upset. I should not react to this angry thought or angry emotion. Instead, I should practice non-reaction, loving kindness. So this is how you start. So you consciously invite loving thoughts to your heart. But as you practice, it becomes second nature.
It becomes automatic.
It becomes automatic.
Right.
Okay. So this is
Yeah.
something
So
wonderful that
if we
happens down the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we sit down, we can start with loving kindness meditation, or we can just say, hey, today I'm just going to do loving kindness meditation, and I'm just going to call loving thoughts for myself and others. Do you think we should do that every day? I mean, you should do it all day, every day, not just when you're sitting.
Yeah, actually there is a sutta, if you can remember, Metta Sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta, which is a popular chanting sutta among Theravada Buddhist community, Karaniya Metta Sutta. If you go to Sri Lanka, my country, and Burma, Thailand, and these countries, in these countries, people chant this sutta almost every day. And we were taught this sutta, loving Metta Sutta, which is translated as Discourse on Loving Kindness, when we were kids at the Dhamma school. So Buddha says in that sutta, Beth, Buddha says, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down. So these are the 4 postures that a human being use. No other postures. So we sit down, we sit, we stand, we walk, and we lie down. These are the 4 postures. So loving kindness can be practiced at any time of the day.
Yeah. When you're in line somewhere or driving in your car.
Same like Vipassana technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So loving kindness practice can be practiced any time of the day. But if you need to develop it as a concentration technique, you need to sit down.
Right.
You need to practice it as a daily routine.
Right.
You have to practice it consistently. Or let's say you want to practice loving kindness before your meditation practice, before your breathing technique. Then you sit down, close your eyes, and then radiate loving thoughts towards your heart, towards yourself. Fill your heart with loving thoughts. And then radiate that loving thoughts towards your most beloved person in your life. But remember, if you are a gentleman, you have to choose a gentleman to radiate loving kindness.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, don't choose your spouse or your
Right.
girlfriend or
Right. And then if you are a lady, you have to choose a lady. So always go with the same
Same
gender,
sex, yeah.
right? And radiate loving kindness. So this way you can practice, and after that you can radiate loving kindness towards your parents, towards your teachers, towards your relatives, towards your friends, towards your unfriendly people. Eventually you can include them, unfriendly people, indifferent people, and then all living beings. When you say all living beings, it even includes yourself. Yourself is included. And living, when you say living beings, it's not only human beings. It's living beings. Your love is not limited to your cat and dog.
Right.
Right? It is to all the living beings. No obstruction, no limit. It is called boundless love.
Yeah. Because we're
Yeah.
all here and we all just want to be happy. And we're all pretty lost, right? We're all just suffering together.
We suffer, but most of us, we enjoy suffering. Most of us, we enjoy suffering. That's why we don't look for a way to push that suffering away. We keep that burden. We keep that burden on our shoulders, and we go around, we walk around, keeping that burden always and all the time. We enjoy that burden. So we enjoy the burden of anger. But there is a sutta in Connected Discourses that is called Bharahara Sutta, one of my favorite sutta. Buddha says, keep the burden aside.
Put the burden down.
Put the burden down. You are carrying a burden on your shoulder.
But you don't have to.
Keep it aside. Yeah. It is unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's an unnecessary suffering.
Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to subscribe and send your questions to mindwideopen.org. This is a Threaded Lotus Studio production.